Speaker, Michael Morgan. Help me welcome Josh, please.
Morning, everyone. Our first speech today will be Michael Morgan. He's giving his Competent Communicator number 4. That project is How You Say It, and it's all about how you use your words to convey ideas and emotions to the audience. So keep an eye on that for your personal evaluations, the kind of words he uses and how that makes you feel. In addition, Michael is going to try to use all the feedback that he's gotten over the last few speeches now from all of us and try to make his speeching that much better because of your feedback. The timing for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes, please. The title is Endure, Keep Moving Forward. Please join me in welcoming Michael Morgan with Endure, Keep Moving Forward.
Toastmaster? Yes. Every time I come up here, I feel like I'm unfolding my life like a rose. Though coming here is to enhance our speaking skills, I feel like I'm developing in more ways than just that. I've decided to make it a point that every time that I will come up here, I will present an idea or purpose that will benefit both you and I, which has so far brought upon introspection within my own life like never before. We've discussed careers, we've discussed personal brand, and we've discussed inspiration, which are great, but all until recently I discovered is not exceptional, or it's not wonderful without endurance. If you cannot endure, your career will not grow. You will not grow in your career. If you cannot endure, or without endurance, your inspiration towards a cause will become a brick. Without endurance, your personal brand will stop with what you saw in the mirror yesterday morning. See, I need to endure so that my dreams can be realized. How many of you have experienced an event in life that was so devastating that it was like a hit to the stomach? I mean, a hit so tremendous that it knocked the wind out of you and just momentarily left you unable to breathe. Anybody? December 1st of last year, I was sitting down with a group of staff members for lunch. And during that meeting, I began to cough. Conversation was wondrous. I was laughing my butt off, but I began to cough. I began to cough so uncontrollably, so forcefully. Eventually, for some reason, the earth began to shake. And while I'm there, trying to gain my bearings, to grab my footing, it stops. Next thing you know, I'm on the flat of my back looking up at a bunch of faces staring down at me, wondering what's wrong. What happened was, I had passed out and began to have a seizure-like effect. Now, of course, the ambulance came and everything, and they brought me home, but the point I'm getting at is that it took me a while, it took me a couple days to get moving, but I did. It took me a couple days to come into work. Or in fact, the only reason I did come in was for Toastmasters Club. I made a promise that I was going to come here, so therefore I decided I'm going to show up. And believe it or not, that day I heard a speech given by none other than Mary here about image consultants. And that was quite encouraging. But the point is that I got up I got moving. I had to tell myself, self, I'm talking to myself now, self, keep moving forward. The amount of halls I took that month, I probably had the highest level of menthol in my blood than anybody known in modern medical science. But the only reason I tell you this is because you can learn a lesson by looking at the lives of other people. When life knocks you down or even gives you a strong hit, you have three options. You can stand, you can concede, or you can keep moving forward. I'll give you an example. In 1994, there was a robbery. My brother and my nephew were both shot in the head point blank. They survived. But my family had a choice. They moved, and they kept moving forward. In 2000, Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with exercise-induced anaphylaxis. I couldn't figure out what was wrong. That's why they named it. I came home, and my intention was to apply for medical benefits. They told me, oh, we couldn't find out what's wrong with you, so you are denied 2 years down the line. What did I do? I decided to go to school and get an electrical engineering degree. I kept moving forward. 2016, nearly died because I coughed so hard, my blood pressure dropped. I lost oxygen to my brain. Caused me to have a seizure. Doctor called it post-tussive syncope. But what did I do? I got up. I keep moving forward. What I'm trying to tell you is that no matter what life throws at you, tomorrow is another day. You have an opportunity to rewrite, change, alter your narrative. So I implore you, endure and keep moving forward. Thank you.